Hey guys, Civil here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Darkfather wave, King Robin. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, as I said before, today we're taking a look at the King Robin part of the recently released question mark. Are these technically supposed to be out yet? I don't know. The other day I checked Target.com and it said all of them were still up for pre-order, but here we are. Either way, he is part of the recently released, again question mark, Darkfather wave of figures from McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse line. And yeah, this is basically a Dark Knight's death metal wave, which is pretty cool considering we got the death metal Batman and Batcycle earlier this year. This wave we got a re-release of death metal Batman, unfortunately not with the brown trench coat like I would have maybe preferred, considering it is essentially the same figure with a different accessory. Really cool accessory, but eh. And then we also have this guy, Superman, and Wonder Woman. So we're gonna kick things off with this guy, mostly because I think he's the one that a lot of people are jonesing for from this wave. He's a pretty interesting character. He's essentially a Robin Crow who kind of rose through the ranks, developed his own kind of intelligence, and is a pretty gnarly individual. He's got a pouch on his utility belt, and each pouch consists an item to kill one of the members of the Justice League. So that's pretty it's pretty damn dark, isn't it? Definitely not your Adam West 66 style Batman stuff going on there. So taking a look-see at the figure himself. Really like the head sculpt. Of course, McFarlane knocks it out of the park 9 times out of 10 when it comes to head sculpts, but this one is no exception. Looks really good. Has the cool crown of thorns. It is soft, so it might welt over time, but I wouldn't really worry about it. It's definitely not going to break. He does have this kind of furry cape, and this isn't real fur. This is just textured layers of rubbery plastic, so it kind of feels like fur, but it isn't. But it looks really nice. I mean, they did go to town sculpting that thing. And then essentially it is the Damian, I think? The Damian Robin, which I have but have not yet reviewed. From the neck down, I think his gauntlets are new, and maybe his boots. But, and maybe this belt is possibly new. But most of it is essentially the skeleton of that figure. So if you have that figure, you know what you're getting here. I personally liked the Damian Robin they did. And no, this is not Damian. This is actually Bruce Wayne from another reality. And Batman Who Laughs pretty much trained him to be his apprentice. That's why he's kind of the most, I guess, he's got the most development out of all the Robin Crows. I think, again, one of them was Billy Batson. And the rest of them were various Robins. I think there might even be a... is it Carrie Kelly? The female Robin? I think that one might even exist somewhere, but... Looking at the articulation on this figure, because I haven't reviewed that other Damian. He's got the double ball joint in the neck, so you can move it all around. He's got a very kind of pliable head sculpt. He's got some chainmail back here, too. Very Mythic Legions looking. If Mythic Legions in DC had a baby, that is. But you can move that all around. Moves just fine. Shoulders go out to the side, close to a right angle, but not quite. They go back down. They move forward and back. It doesn't really have that butterfly joint. There's a little wiggle in there, but it's nothing crazy. He does have a bicep swivel. Single joint at the elbow, as well as the ball hinge wrists that do move around. a little bit. They do rotate, of course, and he does spin down there. No torso articulation as far as I can tell anyways. There might be a joint in there, but this is so thick, you're not really going to get anything out of it. Because I tried to push this forward, and yeah, it's too stiff. It's not nearly as soft as the Robin Crow. Although there could be a joint in here, I wouldn't mess with it too much. I think it's just a solid piece. His hips are on pretty much ball joints, which you might need to hit that with some Elmer's glue to tighten that up a little bit. But they do move pretty easily. And you do kind of get a thigh cut up in there in lieu of that. He does have, I think, double jointed knees. Does he have double jointed knees, or are they singles? Woo! That was a gnarly crack. I thought he had double jointed knees. I guess not. Jeez, oh Pete's. Yeah, be careful with that. You don't want to break this. What the heck? There must just be some mole flashing or something down there. Oh. He's got a boot swivel. I did not notice that before. Huh. So that's what that is. I thought I cracked it. Huh. Well, you learn something new every day, I guess. He's got a boot swivel. How about that? I did not know that. I thought there was a double joint in the knee. Okay, glad I didn't break this on camera. That would have been really stupid. It's got a hinge in the foot with a rocker joint, as well as the ball hinge and the worthless toe hinge, although it's not so loose here. His ankle hinges kind of are, though. He is a little bit back heavy, but it's not terrible, I guess. And I know people are always like, just use the stand, but shouldn't have to. That and those take up real estate that I need to use for other figures. But moving on to the accessories, because he does not come with a whole heck of a lot. I'm not going to do another cut to just talk about those quick. He does have a set of interchangeable hands. He's got a grip hand for some reason and a fist hand. So he can punch the heck out of you, or I guess hold on to the Robin Crow's little collar chain part there. So that's cool. Comes with the standard DC display stand, which again may need to use with this guy depending on how loose or not loose your feet are. And then he's got a collectible trading card that never gets old, with a picture of him on it. Looks pretty accurate, I think. Not too bad. It's a little dark though. Very hard to kind of make him out on there, but he's there. He is there. You can see kind of the white of his face and whatnot. And there's a bio on the back. You can pause and read it now if you want, as long as you can, that is. Try to hold this as steady as we can. There you go. But yeah, that's about it for aesthetics, articulation, and accessories. So with that being said, let's take a look at some size comparisons. Taking a look at some size comparisons, here's our King Robin next to the Damian Wayne Robin from the previous kind of one-off wave of DC Multiverse figures, which I want to say had the Drowned and Death Metal Batman in it. Not sure if I'll get around to reviewing this guy, but there you go. They do reuse quite a few of the same parts, and I will say Damian Wayne is not nearly as gummy as this King Robin. Not sure what's going on with that. But also, we have him, of course, next to the Robin Crow from the Merciless Wave. Up next, here he is next to the Death Metal Batman atop his trusty steed, the Death Metal Bat Cycle, and I refuse to break these two up. They will forever be displayed this way. They are an insufferable duo. That's just how it's going to be, man. I don't care. And then his master, the Batman Who Laughs. Again, kind of curious what the chemistry between these two is nowadays, if King Robin here just despises this guy or still looks up to him or what. I'm also curious if we are going to get another Batman Who Laughs figure later down the line, because again, he is the main villain of the series, who has a bit of a makeover from what I understand. And last but certainly not least, got our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus, the Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. So with that being said, time to wrap things up, some final thoughts. Overall, and while I do think this is a relatively strong release from McFarlane Toys' DC Multiverse line, gotta be honest here, he's a little light on the accessories. For all the backstory and development gone into this character, seems to me like he could have had a little bit more on the accessories front. This is the King Robin, not just a Robin Crow, a King Robin Crow, essentially. And what I want to know is, did he ever have like a scepter or a sword or some kind of staff? I'm curious now. Let me know in the comments below about that. But yeah, it just seems a bit light on the accessories. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's another really solid figure. Minus accessories, which is typically a trend with this line, but lately they've been kind of branching out, doing a little bit more interesting accessories, and I think this guy would have benefited from that. I mean, he's got a grip hand, for crying out loud. What's that for? Nothing. So this is probably how I'm going to display mine, with kind of the open hand on the right side and the fist hand on the left, just because he's got nothing to hold with that grip hand, so it seems kind of pointless. But again, if he did have a scepter or something at one point, please let me know in the comments below. But if you are at all interested in completing the Darkfather figure, or if you just like cool looking Batman figures, this is definitely one to pick up. I think he's a really solid release from this wave, and kind of the one I was looking forward to, second to Wonder Woman of this wave. So there's that too, I guess. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. We got more DC Multiverse and Mego stuff coming at you during the next week, so stay tuned for all of that. As well as hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions for live unboxing videos. And in case you miss them, I do upload them to IGTV afterwards, so you can watch them in their full train-wrecked glory, because, well, I've still not mastered that yet. And I actually haven't done one in a while. I should probably do that, huh? Waiting on my Motu Origins Scare Glow from BBTS. Ooh-wee! But, as always, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if you want this figure, if you're jonesing for this figure, if you don't really want this figure, or if you're just going to straight pass on this figure. I know the Multiverse line is kind of 50-50 with most people. Some people love it, some people don't want to get into it, and some people are just kind of which is kind of silly because you are getting a lot more than you would have ever gotten from Mattel, but what do I know, right? I'm just a stupid guy who looks at toys on the internet for free, mind you. And as always, keep comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.